Well, hello, and a very warm welcome back to the Andrew Eborn Show with me, Andrew Eborn, and the wonderful radio laureate himself, Mike Read. How you doing, Mike?
I'm very good. Who better to present the Andrew Eborn Show? If you had any other name, it just wouldn't work.
I know, Eborn again. We love it. It's always a thrill. And it is a
Eborn's
thrill.
a
What, I've been really loving this radio laureate, which you brought alive on your breakfast show. And we're getting lots of people following the videos as well. They like our little chats about these things. And today was National Pets Day, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course, everyone loves photographs of their dogs. People will happily, if you're talking to artists, and yourself, you're interviewing people, and sometimes if they're a bit reticent, the way to open them up like an oyster is to talk about their pets, because they all will, their pets or their kids. And then people come alive because they've answered questions about themselves so many times. So it's tell me about your Cocker Spaniel. Oh yeah, and they're away. People love their pets, love their animals, and I think they've been very, very useful in this last year for a lot of people living alone who've had a dog or a cat who've become really, a real seriously major companion for them and helped them in the last year.
And they've been amazing. And you can have these therapy dogs and things like that, which you can take on planes with you, even when animals are not normally allowed. If you've got these things to comfort you, you can have these little poodles and things like that. Now, you've had a few pets in your time, haven't you? Like good old Johnny the tortoise who ran away.
Johnny, yeah. I don't know what I did to Johnny, but yeah, he rushed off one day. I don't know. Maybe he met another tortoise. I don't know.
I think it was all you're talking about, opening people up like oysters. He thought he's got a shell. I'll leg it. Which is good.
I'm not sure.
I had a little one. This is just a little memory for you. I had it mounted for you. Here's your Johnny come home. It's got to be good.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether I used phrases like "priced open like an oyster" when I was 3, but I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, I imagine you did. I imagine little baby Mike Read using those sort of phrases. You've always been a one with the words, haven't you?
Yes, I mean, I was playing chess before I went to school. I was taught to play chess by a guy called John Swinton, whose father, Sir Ernest Swinton, is credited with inventing the tank. And he's a friend of my parents, taught me to play chess before I went to school. And also, before I went to school, I used to play 20 questions with my mother. And we'd go around the vegetable garden, gooseberries and apples and cherries and stuff like that. And I remember that's where I remember playing 20 questions with her on a lot of days before I went to school. So bizarrely, I was playing 20 questions and playing chess before I went to school. And then I stopped to let everyone else catch up.
I realised that, well, before they had the Britannica, the Encyclopedia Britannica, there was a Mike Read who was the fount of all knowledge. This is what you have, wasn't it? And talking of which, tomorrow night, having recorded back in the dark ages, you're on Pointless.
Yeah, Pointless tomorrow night. I've never done it before, and it's fun. We're not allowed to talk about the result, but I enjoyed it. And yeah, Sander and Richard, great hosts. So it was good fun. I mean, you watch it at home, and it's like anything, isn't it? You answer questions at home, and you think, oh yeah, I'd be good on that. But when you're up there on the day, it's a whole different story. You've got an audience watching you, and you think, oh, I know this. Come on, and you want your brain to retrieve it.
Absolutely brilliant. So apart from then Johnny, your pet tortoise who legged it, what other pets did you have?
Well, I've included them all in the poem, so I won't. I won't.
So
a herd of dogs.
Rather like the results for tomorrow night.
Yeah.
We won't reveal it, but we will let you, poet laureate, radio laureate, talk to us about Pet Day.
It's National Pet Day, many of which came our way. When I was a nipper, our first cat was Slippers, because, of course, it had 4 white paws. And when I heard it purring, I thought something was stirring, and that it made that noise when it wanted to go to the loo. I thought, well, you do, that it wanted a wee. You don't know any better when you're 3. Then there was Johnny the tortoise. He certainly didn't have rigor mortis. One day he ran away. Did I upset his diet because I gave him lettuce? I have no idea. But I shed a tear when he went off on his jack. I like to think one day Johnny will come back. Then another kitty called Witty, because we got her at Whitsun, but she did things in the kitchen. We had 2 boxers, Jane and Sina, and Simon the guinea pig, who I gave to the window cleaner, because he weed on me. The guinea pig, not the man with the sponges and hoses. And then there was Moses, the minor bird, and a white mouse called Donald, who'd crawl up my shirt. Our tribe of dogs covered many areas, 2 Dalmatians, 3 Manchester Terriers. And I'd better not forget our red setter, Cinnamon, in amongst the others. I cried when each one of them died. And don't forget my pal, Giles B., who wrote the shortest pet poem in history, Ish, 3 words on the demise of his goldfish. Oh, wet pet.
Absolutely glorious. So you had a red setter as well, and they were beautiful animals, aren't they? But they're a bit stupid.
Yeah, a little bit scatty. Setters and boxers come at the top of the dim list when they often do this dim list of dogs. When they're great, boxers make a hell of a lot of noise and then lick the intruder. Yeah, setters have a wanderlust. They have a great wanderlust. And they love you, but they can go off for miles. They just go off. And they're lovely. They're lovely dogs. The setters and boxers I adore. I think they're wonderful.
No, absolutely. I always used to go down to my mother, and we had a red setter called Sherry. And every time I left in my car, Sherry would follow the car, and very, very sad, these long flowing locks. It was really quite tearful. But tortoise and rigor mortis, come on, what's that? Only the radio laureate could rhyme with that. It's got to be good. And the poor old minor bird. I love the minor birds. Did your one talk?
Not only did he talk, he impersonated my mother to a T, who'd bark orders from different parts of the house. And I'd come running, thinking, oh, no, she wants me. And I'd come running from somewhere, only to find it was Moses the minor bird shouting, Michael, Michael, in this rather harsh tone, commanding me and summoning me from the bowels of the house. But it was Moses. The minor birds are better impersonators than parrots. The only downside is they wolf whistle, and they sound exactly like a human. And they can embarrass you with their wolf whistles, because it wasn't me, it was the minor bird.
It's a great issue. I should carry one with me forever. And then when I wolf whistle, I'll probably let off. I'll blame it on the minor bird. It's going to be good. Mike Read, Radio Laureate, it's always a pleasure. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Andrew.
Bye-bye. So thank you to Mike Read, the Radio Laureate, for joining me to celebrate Pets Day everywhere. If you've got your pet or you fancy joining in the discussion, write to me at guests@octopustv.com. That's guests@octopustv.com. Don't forget, you can follow me at Andrew Eborn at octopustv, and you can subscribe on all of the platforms. More platforms than Paddington. Look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.